What about technology? Should we be host coaching with technology? You know, with all the different technology available today, there's so many ways to connect with your host. It's often difficult to even know where to start. There's not one definitive way to do host coaching at your business. You know, it's kind of personal for each hostess as well as for each consultant as well. But having said that, I believe that a good host coaching system is founded in a solid 3-call, or should we say 3-contact technique that uses all available resources available to touch or connect with your host. You know, host coaching should be the backbone of your host contact. And so the 3-contact system is just that, 3 contacts, but it should encompass all different parts of both technology and old school host coaching. The first contact is for giving them the big picture. Each contact with your host has a very specific purpose. Briefly, the first contact is giving them the big picture. We'll talk more about these later. You want to tell him or her how it works, get her dreams going and her goals in place. It's to motivate. The second contact is to remind him or her, now's the time to send out the invitations. Tell guests to bring a friend. Don't forget to gather outside orders. The third contact is for the details. Get directions, remind them to make last-minute phone calls, follow up, talk about what actually is going to happen the day of the show. But technology enhances your host coaching. The basic 3-contact system of host coaching is conducted by phone, postcard, real mail, and enhanced by technology. There's so many different forms of communication. We all have different preferences, and your hostesses have different preferences as well. It's important to ask your host what he or she prefers, and then add that type of communication to support the basic 3-contact system. I mean, you know what they are. You could be coaching by text. You could be coaching by email. There's Facebook groups. There's electronic evites. Your company might have special online evites. There's all different techniques that you can use to coach your hosts, and they should be weaved in with the 3-contact method of host coaching. Customer service by way of technology enhances the real connection. That's why Party Plan works so well, is because we have this relationship. We have this connection. So what we're talking about here today is host coaching for $1,000 shows. Now I want you to think about your company average. Nationwide, your average direct selling company has a national average of about $480, $500 across the whole country. But there are some companies, such as jewelry companies, some of the bedroom toy companies, might have a higher show average. If your company's show average is more like, say, $700, I did a training with a company last week that had a $700 show average. Well, then when I say host coaching for a $1,000 show, you need to think host coaching for a $1,200 show. All right, this host coaching technique is designed to give you shows that are double your company average. In other words, the company I was with had a show average of $480, $500, and when I host coached using this system, I'd have $2,000 to $3,000 shows every month, and so will you. And when you have $2,000 or $3,000 shows every single month, then your show average jumps to like $750. But if your company has a really high show average already, well, then you want to double that. So if your company has a $600 show average, then you should be thinking host coaching for a $1,200 show. And when you host coach for a $1,200 show, you're going to end up with, say, a $900 show average, because your show average will fall right in between. Okay, we're going to teach you how to do that right now. An effective system of customer service is one that utilizes every communication system available, so that you can connect with every single personality. Don't connect with your hostess only using technology. Even the most techie person will warm up to a friendly phone call and connect to make a better show. When you base your technology in the 3-contact system that supports old school host coaching, you're going to have terrific shows. So we can guarantee, I guarantee you, that you will have $1,000 show. So this is part of the Create a Cash Flow Show party plan training system that I sell on my website.